Stop the cap.
Let me ask y'all a question, because some of you all, you're getting suggested the same type of shit I get suggested, but this is specifically about Instagram. Now, I have an Instagram account because, people were sending me stuff, and Instagram made it so you can't see things, and I had a lot of people that were sending me clips and stuff from Instagram just in my personal life. And then you got TikTok, same thing. You can't look at it if you're not on TikTok or whatever. So I got the account, and sometimes I wish I didn't have the account because, you get into, a lot of wasteful scrolling. I had to catch myself, in terms of swiping and scrolling. However, I think, the good outweighs the bad. Like a lot of innovative stuff, new things that are happening in real time, especially as it pertains to AI and tech and stuff like that. I follow a bunch of, tech channels and stuff. It just gives you new ideas and new insights and where things are going. It's like the Instagram is probably like the fastest way of getting updated information. Like once you can sift through like a lot of the bullshit. I had to take that, what was it? Was it Willie Jenkins? Who was the guy? Tech Man Jenkins, because people were saying it's fake. When I actually went into AI, the description that I had, that was actually from AI. Then people said, hey, this is fake. And then I went back and I said AI, I was like, is this real or is this fake? And it said, oh, it's fake. My bad. And I was like, okay, AI, give me some sources. I can't give you any sources because it's fake. So why did you tell me the shit that was real in the first place? You see what I'm saying? Right? So there's a lot of stuff that goes on that you can't tell whether it's real or whether it's fake. But the internet itself does a pretty good job within, 24 to 48 hours in determining whether something is real or fake. But here's what I wanted to talk about. With the stuff that comes up in my timeline. Now, granted, Instagram is beneficial to pretty women because it's visual. Men are visual. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of pretty women that, I would never come across, nor would I know about if it wasn't for Instagram. And, I've talked about this with Captain Solo about the self-promotion of dark-skinned black women where, before, these women, obviously they're not going to get a shine or a shout out in mainstream white media, but yet now everybody has, essentially a voice, everybody has a camera, right? So, sisters can put themselves out there like motherfuckers be running around, oh, ain't no feminine black women, ain't no good looking black women, ain't no black woman, this, that, and the third. And then, there's a bunch of Instagram accounts. It's like, damn, who is this? Who is this baddie, right? This is how you counter a lot of the lack of promotion, right? Because it's like we don't really care what's in mainstream media. The issue is when mainstream media is the only form of media and they have their obvious filters as to what they, portray or put out there. That's when it becomes a problem because, people tend to gravitate towards what's in front of them, right? So social media brings a lot of balance to that, right? So I don't knock it. I look at social media like a double-edged sword, right? But here's what I really wanted to talk about. It's like, yeah, I like a lot of, pretty women and stuff like that I see on Instagram mixed in with the other stuff that I'm interested in on Instagram. But the way that I get pushed, and maybe it's because, I'm middle-aged now, but I'm saying the way I get pushed, like 20-year-olds that are like twerking half naked. They had a bad issue a while ago with like, it would be a woman holding a fake baby and acting like she's breastfeeding, and then she would just pull a titty out on you. And it's like, yo, how is this legal? Like as much sex crazed as women think men are, yeah, we want sex in a certain setting at a certain time. You bust out the lotion, right? You got your your sex toy or whatever it is that you're fucking going to rub one out to, right? You got the whole setup, right? You got your save files, for your pornography and all that. right? But like Instagram hits you with that shit at the most inopportune time. Like it just throws the shit at you. Now they got the crap where the women, they pop a squat and then like there's like a split second where the woman is literally butt ass naked. Most of these women are white women. That's the damnedest shit about it, right? It's like you got all this, the white people projecting all this bullshit onto, non-white women, and the white community whores their women out like it's nobody, like they're like white women are going out of style or some shit like that. The way that white men whore out white women is insane. Then turn around and then do their little tribe of men thing, talking about all these bitches are not, they're not wifey material and whatnot. And it has the audacity. I caught tribe of men. He posted some shit about some Muslim code about if you want to destroy a society, promote nudity. I think it was nudity and adultery to the younger generation. I'm like, motherfucker, you the same dude that runs around and talks about, there's nothing within Islam that has any value, and how Muslims are coming into Europe and destroying European culture and enriching European culture. But yet here you are quoting, some Muslim. I don't know where he got it from, like whether he got it from the hadith or some shit like that. I was like, look at this hypocritical motherfucker. But he's white, so, why should I expect anything less? But when it comes to why am I freaking driving around in circles? Probably because I'm trying to think. When it comes to hold on a second. Yeah, I remember. I was having a brain fart. When it comes to this whole idea of cultural enrichment, the funny, like, again, you don't see, Arabs or Muslims or many of these other groups whoring out their women. You see the way that white men whore out their women, only to turn around and complain about, how there's too many women on the cock carousel, or how, the women are nobody over sexualizes their women like white people do. Nobody does. And don't even get me started into the, what they promote, with children. I see a lot of people roasting, the PragerU guy, about AI and CP. I'll say CP because, the freaking YouTube algorithms, will go crazy. And while I kind of understood, because you do run into a dangerous territory of thought crime, I'm like, nah, man, you got to denounce that bullshit, especially with the way that he runs around talking all that Christian shit. I'm like, nah, you got to denounce that shit. I get the thought crime, because that was like the whole theme of the movie Minority Report, where it's like, oh yeah, but you were about to, or you were having thoughts, you were having dirty thoughts. So therefore, and then, you throw the person in jail, you throw them in, what do they call it? ISO cubes or some shit like that. But I'm saying, like, nobody actively promotes, nobody capitalizes through capitalism degeneracy like white people do. White men in particular. Nobody. Oh, we hate to see a black man, with a white woman, because this is, destroying the white race, right? I went and I found the dude. He sold it. It wasn't Vivid. It's like Vixen. It was like Vixen Media. It's a white guy. He's like in his early 40s that owned Blacked.com. Lives in France, I think. You know what I mean? I'm like, y'all promote this damn shit. There's no checks and balances when it comes to white men when they go out here and they promote degeneracy. There's no checks and balances of this shit. Like they say that they want one thing. They say that we want more white babies, and we want more intact families, and we want more this, more that. And then they do everything that is the opposite, that is not conducive to that. And then when you call them out on it, they go, oh, it's the Jews. They blame the Jews. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that the little hats don't do anything, right? Because the little hats, they got justifiable beef with the European Gentiles because the European Gentiles tried to wipe them off of the face of the map and booted them out of, Europe several times, even though, the little hats don't want to talk about how much they engage in usury, right? But that's a whole nother conversation. But I'm just saying, white men oftentimes, they try to blame the Jewish community every time they're out here promoting degeneracy. But I'm gonna be real, when I look at a lot of this stuff, and maybe I gotta keep digging and go all the way to the top, I don't see a whole bunch of Jewish names. Even if it's not, hell, let's play the same game that white people play. Oh, well, see, it was the blacks that sold Africans into slavery. Yeah, and it's the white people that are participating under the little hats to facilitate degeneracy in their own community. Why don't you call out the white sellouts? Why don't you speak on that? No, they don't speak on that. But getting back to the crux of what I gotta say, it's like I don't want to see all this porn on Instagram. I don't want to see all these 20-something-year-old white girls, you know what I mean, that are up there. They're trying to twerk and they're trying. And the thing is it me? Am I exposing my self-hatred? With the way that I get sent all these. Like, I got plenty of black women I follow on Instagram, but I don't get black women like that are promoting their OnlyFans or the OnlyFans page. Like I had somebody who, because I was gonna make a video about this like a while ago, and then I calmed down because they were saying, nah, what's really going on is, because they're like in the social media space, they were like, nah, what's really going on is these OnlyFans chicks, they pay big money to solicit you on your Instagram. So regardless of how much you click the unrecommend button and you say, I don't want to see this, unrecommend, it's going to keep coming up. And the reason it keeps coming up is because they pay for that, and Instagram doesn't give a fuck. Who owns Instagram? I think it's Facebook, Meta, all that shit, right? They don't give a fuck. They're like, hey, they paid us to push this shit down your fucking throat. And this is the wild thing, because freaking, like, you'll have all these feminists that run around and my body is not for sale and women empowerment, fist in the air, all that shit. I am woman, hear me roar and everything. And everywhere men go is some woman. Like, again, we're not even asking for it. Hell, we're unrecommending it, and it's still being thrown at us. Right? Now, I guess you could dive into and say, oh, it's still the patriarchy, 15 degrees of separation due to capitalism and everything else. But I'm like, but the women are paying Instagram to push their sex onto us. You know what I'm saying? We're focused on other things like, oh, I like cars. Oh, I like guns. Oh, I like this over here that's totally unrelated to pussy. And yet, here comes Instagram, pussy, 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 pussy. It's like, God damn. Can I get away, from this? And what I saw, I came across another video of a dude saying the same thing. He was, and the whole comment section is nothing but a bunch of dudes like, yo, I thought it was only me. Oh, I thought it was only me. I thought it was only me. You know what I mean? Just because we like a picture of a woman, she's sexy, okay, she's attractive, that does not mean that we want to, that absolutely means that I'm going to go over there and I'm going to, purchase her OnlyFans and pay, $35 a month to look at more pictures of her. Like, no. And then that's the crazy thing. And then you get Scott Galloway that jumps up and talks about how, men need to get outside and touch grass, and Jordan Peterson is up there admonishing young white men and shit like that. But yet your whole system, your whole infrastructure is set up to facilitate motherfuckers not touching grass and not going outside and not having healthy relationships, on top of the fact that you got a system of capitalism that doesn't want to fucking pay anybody, but then turns around and talks about men aren't men anymore, and men need to be men, and men need to be alpha, and men need to have some grit in their stomach, and da-da-da-da-da. Like, I swear, like I said, we live on a prison planet, We live on a fucking prison planet, where it's like either, like they say, if you can't beat them, join them. And again, if you join them and you want to make money in the system of capitalism, then at some point you have to go against all the principles of Christianity and then promote degeneracy in order to enrich yourself, and then turn around once you're rich and then blame everybody else that is a victim of the degeneracy that you promoted, and then claim that they're the problem, that they're the source of the problem. I mean, it's just so funny. It's like, I remember there was a young Zillennial woman, and she was somebody was criticizing her and saying, your generation spends too much time on social media, blah, 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 blah. And she gave the best kick-ass response ever. We didn't invent social media. You put that shit in our faces. You created that shit. It's just like the shit that you see with like the loot boxes in video games, right? And Call of Duty and all that shit, trying to get kids think about it. You have a developing mind, a child, and you're hitting them with dopamine rushes to get them to have to purchase items for random RNG in hopes that they will get the item that they want for their character. And so they're begging mommy and daddy to use their credit card so that they can just keep rolling and rolling and rolling, basically gambling, so that they can get the item that they want. This is what white society has created. But you can't blame this on the African. You can't blame this on the Asian. You can't blame it on the Arab. You can't blame it on the Latino. This is white techno-feudalism. Capitalism, even though I'd say argue capitalism, techno-feudalism is post-capitalism, but I'm saying this is what white men created. And they take no ownership of it. They want to run around, we're the best, this, that, and the third in the world, completely being ahistorical, ignoring all the rape and pillage and taking of resources and land and labor and extracting labor from other groups, right? But this is what they've created. Like I said, white supremacy doesn't go out with a bang, it goes out with a whimper. And you see this with the dwindling white birth rates. This is of their own doing. Their own doing. I mean, if karma was a thing, this would be it. This would be the face of it. Right? If karma was in the dictionary, there would be a white person as the example of karma in the dictionary. Because I'm like, is this what y'all do? You just sit around and promote degeneracy? Hey, I like pussy the same as the next man. I don't want to see it 24/7. You know what I mean? I don't want to see it, in the middle of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like give me that shit like after midnight. You know what I'm saying? Like after 9 o'clock. Okay, throw me all the when I'm in bed, with a bottle of lotion. Throw all the bitches that you want to throw at me. I don't need to see that shit at 2 o'clock in the fucking afternoon. I don't need to see that shit. You know what I mean? Fucking, you sitting there at work or whatever, and you're looking at a fucking 19-year-old, twerking, like, and then again, the middle age is just hitting you. You're like, where's her father? Where is her father? You start having all these boomer thoughts in your head. You know what I mean? But again, look at how much money, freaking OnlyFans has made. The billions of fucking dollars promoting fucking degeneracy. Because, sex sells. What is it? Wine, women, and song are the greatest sellers of all time. Right? You're tapping into, the base instincts of human beings, and you're capitalizing on it. And women end up being, the product, right? Which again molds young men's minds, and then they turn around talking about, I am woman, you need to respect me, when their sexual market value is on the floor, and they're now in their mid to late 30s and whatnot, and they're running around, you need to respect. You need to respect us. We're equal human beings. And I'm like, you know how much pussy and titties guys are seeing flashed in their face on a regular basis, You know, you want to talk about the objectification of women. Like, I remember in the 90s when women were bitching about the objectification of women. And you had to get, the objectification of women happened in like a beauty contest, fucking maybe like Baywatch, Playboy, and a VHS tape, you know, from some grimy like porn store or something like that. Like, you had to like kind of like go out of your way, right, for that type of material. Now it's like, it's just, everything's just instant access. It's just all in your face. Even when you don't want it, it's like, bam, all in your face. And there's no escaping it. There's no freaking escaping it. You know, and then you throw, you know, the AI on the shit. Oh, I mean, just forget about it. Forget about it. And again, AI is the worst that it will ever be. It is the worst that it will ever be. You know, then it's going to get to a point where, you know, you're running around, and it's already happening. You're looking at a bitch that's not even fucking real. And then that's molding your level of expectation when it comes to real women. Like, you know, the size of her breast and the hip to waist ratio, the unrealistically narrow waist to hip ratio that she has. You know, every other regular bitch is going to look boxy as fuck to you. Right? You're going to be like, oh, man, look at that bitch. She looks like SpongeBob SquarePants, right? That's what you're going to be saying about regular women, because they don't have a 15-inch waist and a fucking, you know, 54-inch hips. You know what I mean? Something ridiculous. Looking ridiculous. That's what's going to happen. Like, it's just, I'm just saying. Is anybody else experiencing this? You know? And I'm giving white men all of the smoke, because this is, you know, what the reality is of you being in the driver's seat. See, being the dominant members of society, that comes with a whole bunch of responsibility, because the things that you do, the degeneracy that you put out affects other people. Y'all want to run around, oh, look at the degeneracy in hip hop. Number one, you got black people fucking marginalized, existing in prolonged exposure to poverty. And then number two, when it came to the elevation of hip hop and gangster rap and everything else like that, it wasn't black men that were at the forefront of that. It was white men and Jewish men. Let's keep it a buck. But y'all want to sit there and talk about and try to redirect and re-steer, and the degeneracy comes out of the black community. It's so funny that the degeneracy comes out of the black community, but yet when the Africans get here and they're getting straight A's and they're going to college and they're PhDs and doctors and shit, like you see with a lot of Nigerians, then all of a sudden you want to praise the Africans and, oh, why can't you African Americans be like them? Well, they're not subjected to what the fuck we're subjected to in being subjected to your culture. We're Negropians. That is what we are. We are a byproduct of American society and civilization. Africans are a byproduct of what goes on in Africa, with obviously its influence of colonialization, but they don't have to deal with it on a daily basis every day growing up from childhood like we have to deal with that shit. You know, we have European culture. Y'all be running around talking about cultural enrichment. Bitch, it's your fucking culture. What are you talking about? It's your culture. Or a spin-off of your culture. Or a derivative of your culture. Or heavily influenced by your culture. Fuck out of here. But y'all take no ownership of that shit. It's irritating as fuck. But y'all need to, when it comes to all this, you know, selling pussy on the gram, y'all need to do better, man. Y'all need to do better. Y'all be running around talking about Jesus and Christianity and the Bible and all this other bullshit. Y'all need to do better. Anyway, that's my video. SWP out. Don't forget to comment, share, like, and subscribe.
Move. Hold on. Yeah. Hello?
Where
we at? Oh, you want to know where I'm at? We outside!